All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we're playing probably like the very first game that I ever played as a child. This is the game that pretty much started gaming for me, and after watching like Darby and Cosmic and Andrew G play this, I wanted to try my hand at speedrunning. So I started with any percent, but then I moved on to Warpless, which I believe is a much better category than any percent. But in this category, I will be going for a specific glitch here. It's called the small fire glitch. We will be getting that in 1-4. So I'm actually going to be getting the mushroom early on because 1-2 is like one of my least favorite levels in the game. Especially like this section right here. So I'm doing a safe strat by using a Koopa to get rid of the other Koopa and Goombas. And thankfully I did have that mushroom for that one hit on the piranha plant. Because those pipe jumps can be pretty tricky sometimes. Because you would have to like literally jump at the lip of the pipe in order to get those pipe jumps. So thankfully I had that, otherwise I would have been dead right there. So we'll get the mushroom back in 1-3. Yeah, you guys can hear the clicky buttons. Yeah, I just replaced the buttons yesterday because the other rubbers were like wearing out and they weren't reading my inputs correctly, so I figured I'd replace them. Alright, so we got the mushroom back and we're heading into 1-4. Warpless means that we don't take any warp zones, so normally when we play any percent, they would take the warp zone to like world 4 and then the other one to world 8. We're not taking those. We will be playing through every single level in this game. Alright, so I'm going to carry this mushroom with me, and hopefully Bowser will give me a nice pattern. Nope, he did not give me a nice pattern. However, so as you see here, I touched the axe and Bowser at the same time. So basically, the game thinks that I did finish the level, but I also took a hit. So now basically I'm big vulnerable Mario, in other words I'm small. So when I grab this mushroom, I'm small but I'm actually big. And now that you kind of see that I got hit right away, it basically brought me back to being big. It's a very unique glitch that the game actually has. So once I get the fire flower here, you will see that I will be small fire Mario. So now you can see that we're small and we have the ability to shoot fire. And this does not affect the hitbox in any way. My gosh, springs are pretty tough to get through. But yeah, so basically you have a smaller hitbox. And when you shoot the fireballs, you may see like a frame of Big Fire Mario appear. Like some people may, like, will post the emote in the chat. It's like a half and half type of body thing. And this will not like allow me to get hit from underneath or something. Not underneath, but like by having enemies over me. So it's like a pretty fun yet safe strat that you can go for like in races or marathon runs. However, this is not the fastest in the speedrun itself. Big Fire is actually the fastest, and the world record is 1902.369 by Cosmic. I currently have a 1905.996 as Big Fire Mario, and my Small Fire PB is a 1914. Although they are not really separated in the categories, they are kind of like put together, but I do strongly encourage people to try out Small Fire Mario, like in case they're learning the run or trying to get a good time and stuff like that. Alright, so we're in 2-3. I'm gonna try to do some snipings here with the Cheep Cheeps. Now the one way I can lose this glitch is to die either by falling in a pit or getting damaged. So we're gonna do our best to try to keep this glitch as long as possible. Alright, so we got 2-4 coming up. So now that we have fire, we can actually go for a fire kill on Bowser. And it takes 5 fireballs to kill him. So we're gonna see if we can get a decent pattern here. Okay, we did, but I somehow slowed down towards the last shot. I could have gotten a 263 there, but a 261 is fine. It's usually the standard. Alright, so just like that, we are 2 worlds down. We're heading to 3-1. Which I'm sure a lot of people actually like the World 3 stages because it's like in the dark. It looks really cool, especially like in terms of color. Okay, that was a little bit scary there, because sometimes that coop at the top of the stairs can be a little bit troublesome. So yeah, there actually isn't like an animation for small fire, which is why you see big fire pop out every time he shoots a fireball. Okay, we're gonna do this thing called the Goofy strat. So if we kind of match up with the music there and shoot the fireballs, we can actually despawn 2 of the Goombas towards the end of the level. Shout out to Goofy Chocobo, who's also a really good Mario runner, also plays small fire in this category. The fastest small fire time currently is 1911.083 by GTAce. So it is actually possible to get a sub 1910 with small fire, but you need to have like the patterns line up correctly in like 3 specific levels, 3-4, 5-4, and 6-4. Why is there a sprite for small fire? I think it's something that the devs basically kept in there. I think they were planning on trying something, but I guess they forgot to work on it, so it just stayed in the game. This glitch was actually fixed in the All-Stars version, so the glitch is not even possible. Sadly, world record is not obtainable with small fire. I think the lowest time you can get with small fire Mario is like a 1907, I believe. And the record is 1902. So basically, like those 5 seconds, it's basically used for grabbing the power-ups again. So it's this is actually a little slower, but you can still get like a pretty fast time with it. Alright, so 4-1, really not much to do in this level. Just got like a couple of piranha plants and a Blocky 2 just floating around, throwing spinies that can't even hit you. Alright, so we got 4-2 coming up, which is my favorite level personally. It's a really fun level. You can go like either way. There's like a top route and a bottom route. I usually like going the bottom route here. You know, kind of dealing with the enemies and try to shoot them down. Top route is actually really safe because you don't have to deal with anything like that, but it doesn't lose any time at all. Yeah, there is a wrong warp in 4-2, but obviously in this category we were not taking any kind of warps at all. So I'm pretty sure like not many people has seen the warpless category. Oops. Yeah, 4-3 can be a little tricky with those platforms because there is a frame rule you can save by basically holding right the entire level, and then sometimes there will be a pixel of sky underneath Mario in order to get the frame rule, which I probably should describe what it is, although I'm not really good at describing frame rules. Basically Darbian has it best with his analogy. Like, you can basically think of frame rules as a bus stop. So like at the end of each level, each bus leaves 21 frames or 0.35 seconds. And depending on when you finish the level, that will basically determine the patterns for like the castle levels and such. Oh no, just lost fire. That was a bad Bowser fight right there. Didn't get the last fireball to hit him, so I ended up losing fire. So now I'm big vulnerable Mario. And basically, let's just say that his hitbox is back to normal. And whatever I get hit by will kill me. And there are no power-ups in 5-1, so I have to be like a little careful here. So the next power-up grabs is basically in 5-2. And there are like certain spots where it can get a little bit dicey. So hopefully we can grab the power-ups back. And this will pretty much be like my last chance to get the small fire glitch in case I lose it. As you kind of saw there, I was able to kill that hammer bro. Basically, if you're going like downward, it basically gives you priority over the hammer bro. And you can basically kill him and not get worried about the hammers being thrown. Yeah, so like it's tough to really describe what frame rules are. But yeah, a frame rule is 21 frames or 0.35 seconds. You can kind of think that the timer itself is by frame rules, but a lot of the times it depends on if you play on console or if you play on emulator or virtual console. The frame rate can differ. So I believe the NES is like the more recommended console to play on, and I think there's like some emulators that you can use, but a lot of them have tasking capabilities, so they're not really allowed for speedruns on the leaderboard. Okay, I'm gonna take this a little safe here. Alright, so we got through that. Alright, so we got 5 worlds down, we got 3 more to go. So we got 6-1 coming up. This is kind of like 4-1 in a way. Now you kind of noticed that I jumped on those 2 question blocks. The reason why I did that is to despawn a spiny that the Lucky 2 usually throws at the start of the level. So it kind of gives you like a little bit of leeway to get through. Alright, so as you noticed that I did get a 1 on the flagpole, so that'll give me 1 firework. If you get a 3 or a 6, you'll get 3 and 6 fireworks respectively. And usually by getting 1 firework doesn't cost any time, but if you get like 3 fireworks, it'll cost roughly a second, and then 6 fireworks is roughly 2 seconds. So we try our best not to get a 3 or a 6 like during the run. Okay, so we pretty much got through 6-2, which is like a really fun level, especially if you have fire, because there's like a lot of things to shoot down. Okay, so when you guys see that Bowser turns into a different enemy, like every time I fire kill him, give me a sec. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I make that jump because that one's a little tricky. So basically, Bowser uses his minions to dress up as him, so that way Bowser can just basically be tucked away in at the very last castle. So we get these imposters, so you'll see like all these different enemies like in every castle level whenever we shoot them down with fire. Okay, 6-4, it's basically like a carbon copy of 1-4, but with more fire bars. Take this part a little safe here. And this is the introduction of Bowser throwing hammers now. So from 6-4 all the way to the end, he will be throwing hammers. So there will be a little bit of lag when I shoot fire at him, but it shouldn't be much of an issue. So hey, we're already in World 7, can you believe that? We're just blazing through this game. 7-1 has this pretty tricky ending here. Okay, luckily I bonked into the stair, otherwise I would have gotten a 3. Because if you try to finish this level normally, without like slowing down or anything, you can get like a 3 at the end. So it'll give you like 3 fireworks. But since I bonked against that step, it took away like another in-game second. So I got 351 instead. Alright, so now we're in 7-2. which is just like 2-2, but with more bloopers and cheeps. And this is actually a very dangerous level. So if you have any donations, you can feel free to read them.
Sure. We have a $5.01 donation from Monsieur Vince FGT and a $50 donation from Anonymous, both without a comment. And I would like to remind everyone that we're raising money for the Movember Foundation, which tries their best to prevent, to help men stop from dying too young. Ooh, that was badly formed.
That's all right. Alright, so as you saw at the end there, that was a bit scary there with that blooper kind of floating around at the end, but we managed to get past him, thus keeping our fire intact. So as you can pretty much notice, there are like a lot of copy levels. So this one's like a copy of 2-3, but now there's Koopas in here. And sometimes if the cheap runs into a Koopa, it'll actually change their direction. So they can pretty much troll you like at any moment. So we just want to like be careful and to like not get hit by the Koopa, because there was only a mushroom in 7-3 and you don't get any more power-ups until 8-2. So alright, so we got 7-4, which is another maze level just like 4-4. But the first phase is like you go bottom, middle, top, and then the second phase is top, middle, top, and it'll take you to Bowser. Oh boy, that was close. He was jumping forward there. It's like he wanted a bear hug, so we didn't want to do that, so we just gave him fireballs as a present. Alright, we're in the final world now. 8-1, which I'm sure a lot of people are more familiar with watching the any percent category, since we warp from World 1 to World 4 to World 8. But today you guys saw practically every single level so far. I'm getting close to the home stretch here. And especially with when you have fire, it's a lot easier because you can get through like some of the more tougher situations, like especially with when it comes to pipe jumps. Getting rid of the piranha plants is definitely good to have. So you can get like an easy 200 here. Alright, 8-2. This one is actually a really scary level, like in both categories. Especially with this piranha plant jump that's going to be coming up shortly. I will be taking that part safe. So jump over this gap, kind of brush up against this pipe, then avoid all these guys. I might as well shoot him down because he was like in the way. Because that Koopa was a bit too high, and probably I would have lost fire there. So I kind of slowed down a little bit just to shoot him down. Alright, so now we got 8-3. So this level's full of Hammer Bros. And we got fire, so we can shoot him down. Although sometimes they could be, you know, they'll try to throw a hammer like from the grave, so kind of like that. So we want to watch out for that. But thankfully, we got some pretty friendly patterns there. And just like that, we're in the final level. We're in 8-4. Time will be coming up when I grab the axe. So. Alright, so first room, just want to get through. Now the second room, this is the wall jump room. Gonna go for a 2-frame setup here. Let's see if I can get it. Nope, just missed the wall jump, that's fine. I didn't jump high enough at the pipe to reach it. And third room's the turnaround room. I didn't quite scroll the screen enough at pixels, otherwise it would have taken me back to the very start of the level. And of course we got the infamous water section of 8-4. Now we're in the final room. Alright, time's coming up. And time. Ooh, that was quite a run. Wonder what I end up getting.
Well done.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that was like a 1947, I think. Yes.
What did you say the world record was? 1906?
1902 is the world record.
Oh, nice. Good run.
Yeah, thanks. Actually, getting a sub 20 in a marathon run is very good to have. So I'm very pleased with this. Although there were like some instances where it got a little shaky, but still having a sub 20 regardless is really good. So anyways, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for the GGs. Also thank you to ESA for putting this marathon together and allowing me to showcase SMB1 as well as Sonic 1 last night. I believe we have Super Mario 64 next by Cheese. So
that is correct.
That's going to be a very fun run. I'm actually very honored to, you know, be after Cool Kid and be before Cheese. So that's like, I'm like starstruck with that. So it's an honor to be a part of this. And with that, I'm done. So thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
All right.
All right, welcome back to ESA Movember. You just watched Super Mario Bros. Warpless. Quite an amazing time. The guy, Supersonic, just smashed that estimate. I was pleasantly surprised, I must say. Oh, you're just fixing up the mustache?
Yeah.
It's on the brink of just falling off. At some point, you're just gonna have to give up on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, up next, we have, again...
Super excited about this. SM64, Super Mario 64 by the well-known Cheese. He also
Counter Logic Gaming Cheese, please.
Oh, CLG cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese. Monster cheese.
Full on.
Cheddar. Okay, so
Yeah.
he's also the world record holder in 120 star. And also he dabbles in Celeste and has picked up Mario Odyssey. I'm super excited about this run. SM64 is a super competitive game. There's a lot of people running it. The time's really tight now, and it's a really fun run to watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I mean, I can trust that Cheese can always deliver with runs like this one. So I guess you have like a how can I say, a bit of a personal connection with the run, I would say. Do you think Cheese is gonna shatter that estimate or absolutely obliterate it?
Obliterate.
Okay. Coming up after that, it's the game we've been talking about all this time throughout all these goals and bit wars and incentives. It's Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's just 2 hours away, so get those donations in for those incentives, which are, if I can get my phone, there are some over there, but not all of them. We have Yeet, again, in the lead with $5.01 for the Fly Pokemon. Can be sniped quite easily. For the cut Pokemon, we have Coffee in the lead with $10.01, and then Växjö here with $5. Again, both of these can be surpassed, sniped with just a simple $10.02 donation, just to spite the person that donated for that coffee incentive. Beyond that, we have a bid war for the starter Pokemon between Charmander and Squirtle, and Charmander is in the lead, $25 to nothing. So all the Squirtle fanboys out there, get to donating if you want to see your favorite Pokemon being run for the better part of 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yep.
And after that, there's also the Lapras nickname, which currently only has Yoshi. Yoshi. I'm sorry. We tried. Yoshi then is in the lead for the Lapras with $10. So what are you donating towards? Well, you're donating towards the Movember Foundation. Know anything about that?
Yes. The Movember Foundation is founded in Australia, and it is geared towards men's health, mental health, cancer, like prostate cancer, and different things for like the men awareness. Essentially,
the gist of it is trying to get men to speak up about their issues, whatever they may be. So every single dollar you donate through our donation tracker is given to them. So you know it's going for a good cause. But beyond that, we have the OK from Tech. So we're just gonna go straight into it. I think we're just gonna pat it out a little bit longer just to make sure they can text Cheese to tell him that he's ready. And we're just gonna enjoy some lovely 120 star collecting action with CLG Cheese in Super Mario 64. Good luck. Let's go.
Let's go.
The open volume is in PC. You can see exactly where the sound is coming from. I'll mute everything but Discord.
And you're on.
Hello. How are you doing, everybody? Alright, let me just go to ESA. Alright, I have the ESA chat. I have my thing here. I also have Tago Stream open, which I shouldn't have open because I'm streaming. Okay, hi everybody, how are you doing? It's great to be here. It's great to be part of an ESA marathon once and for all. Just a quick, I guess, intro. This is my first ever actual ESA. I've never been part of an ESA marathon before. It's great to be finally part of one. And it's also an online event, which I've never done. I don't think I've ever done an online marathon. I've always done GDQ marathons live, and it's my first online one. And I'm not gonna lie, it's quite different. I was gonna say weird, but I think it's awesome. I think this format is really, really cool and different. So I can't wait to get this going. Hi everybody. Alright, so wow, so many questions already. So we're doing a 120 star run, and I'm gonna get my card ready. We're doing a 120 star run, which means all the stars in the game. And well, 120 star, this game in general is very popular, so most of you guys probably know what it means, and you guys know what this is about. Before I start real quick, don't pay attention to that 128 star file. That's I'm not a splicer, I swear. Okay, actually no, I don't think I have anything to say much. I will be talking as much as I can during the run. I'll be trying to commentate. Of course, this run is extremely high intensity and non-stop, so there'll be some points I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna focus. Or I'll just be like, I'll just tell the donation reader to start reading donations at certain points, so I could focus. But yeah, let's do this. I'm ready whenever you guys are. I think I just have to count down.
Yep. Just give us a countdown and then go.
Great. Okay, so 3.